Slurp.
More
Slurp.
slurp. Why Slurper is so dangerous?
Don't do this.
Oh,
Chewed Gum and I
why it's so
recently received
dangerous.
reports that
Chewed gum. He called his Pokemon chewed gum.
trainers have been trying to catch
He's a fucking asshole. It's an animal, you piece
slurp
of shit.
slurp, aka the birth canal. In my official field guide, I specifically say
What? Is that a Five Nights at Freddy's field
field
guide?
guide, I specifically say that you are not to approach this beast. To quote myself, it's hard to tell, but this creature isn't a blob. It is one
fuck?
long tongue, and if it gets a taste
That is not a tongue. You just.
What is that?
Wait, I'm so confused. Is it like pointing to the fact that it's one tongue, or is it pointing to the fact that it's got multiple tongues?
No, what is the hairy thing on it?
I don't want to say it on YouTube.
and if it gets a taste of you, you'll be running for the rest of your life, because these creatures cannot be killed. Captured, sure, but never killed. Going to page 62, you'll see.
Is this like actual? Is this like a Pokemon? What is
this
this
creature
Pokemon
is.
called? Slurp?
That is not a Pokemon.
No, he's fucking made that
At
up.
the time of recording, Murder Drones is dead in the water. Glitch Productions is
I'm
moving
gonna
on to
watch this entire
Yeah,
Murder
no
Drones
shit.
series, and I haven't watched the show, so you're gonna have to. I don't. Maybe I watched the show like 5 years ago or something. I don't remember, but you're gonna have to tell me what is going on.
Look at her.
23 minutes.
She's real. 35 minutes.
At the time
Oh
of
my
recording,
God.
Murder Drones is
Okay, I'm gonna-
dead in the water. Glitch Productions is moving on to the Gaslight
Yeah.
District and continuing the production of the Amazing Digital Circus. Liam Vickers is Empire Coffin or something, and that leaves the rest of us who are big fans of the series.
What the fuck is this? What is that? What's in
Dude,
front of
wait,
her
hold on.
eyes?
Dude,
It's not even the character.
I can imagine this kid, he like walked up and was like, what the shit is
This is
that
the
girl
fucking.
wearing? And
This
then
is the
just walked
fucking
away.
Combine. This is the fucking Combine from Half-Life 2. This is just they showed up and
No,
started
this
doing
kid is
whatever
like-
the fuck this shit is.
The characters to kind of
Again,
fill
this
in
kid
the
was like,
gaps.
what the shit
Fortunately,
is
What the
that?
fuck was this editing? What? That was so
the rest of us who are big fans of
unnecessary.
the series and the characters to kind of fill in the gaps.
What is this? What? What? Most
look,
top
that's
5
me-
most
that's
unnecessary
me.
edits of all time.
Look, that is me and you watching this video right now. We're like, oh my god.
Okay,
this-
I'm gonna
this
be
thing's
honest.
gonna
You're
be
not
great.
white. You're not.
Whatever.
Fortunately for the Murder Drones fandom, I happen to
Oh
be
my
a
god, why is it fucking
published
edited like
author,
this?
and I
What? Jesus
gaps.
Christ.
What?
Fortunately for the Murder Drones fandom,
What?
I happen to
Okay,
be a
chill out
published
for 2
author.
seconds. Presidential defense. Hold on, America.
and I have taken a big interest in Murder Drones and the characters and storylines.
Yeah, we could tell. We could tell.
Loose ends
We could
that are
tell.
still there by the conclusion of season 1.
Why is it fucking edited like this? I don't like
I'm
it.
talking Jay is still alive. Uzi has
What?
the absolute solver growing out of her butt, essentially, and
Blood out of her what?
Wait, replay that. Replay
Jay is
that.
still
What did
alive.
it say? What did that
Uzi has
say?
the absolute solver growing out of her butt, essentially.
Growing out of her
my
butt.
God.
Growing out of her butt.
And a ton of other characters who got next to no screen time overall.
Next to no screen time overall. Well, no fucking shit.
Just
What do you
kind
expect?
of
They're
being
dead.
there, and I want to make up for what's there. Not to say the series is bad, it's not. I just feel like there's so much room for a follow-up season. I think they did that on purpose, and I'm
Oh my
really
god,
grateful for
chewed gum. Look
everything
at chewed gum. Look how sharp chewed
follow-up
gum is.
season. I think they
They fucked up my boy chewed gum.
What is this supposed
They
to
fucked
be?
him up.
did that on purpose.
Oh my god, it looks like fucking CG5. Wait, I just realized why is his green eye bigger than his other eye? Are you seeing what I'm seeing right now?
Yes, bro.
Okay. I'm so sorry to
playing.
whoever drew this.
Keep playing.
I'm a piece of shit.
And I'd like to read some of my personal work.
Wait, is
Is
this,
that
was
the
that his
troll
book
theme?
earlier? Was that his book earlier? I thought he was like making fun of him.
That's actually his book?
No way. He's gotta have a link. He's gotta
way.
have a link. What? Oh.
I wonder if it's just a fan fiction between the Murder Jones thing.
President Troll and the assault on America. Have you ever wished you could wake up in a magical world for
Oh, that's just
James certainly has. After getting shipped off to college by his friends, James suffers daily thanks. What? To his, Charlie and Mace, more than ever, he finds himself wishing, he could only magically teleport to another world with no homework, no rules, and no one dragging him along to random parties. Oh no, he's got responsibilities and has to socialize with people. Oh my god. He has to go to college parties. What the hell? One day he gets his wish, and
it has a
this new world is
5.0 rating.
Instead
Oh,
of
it only
beautiful
has
women
2
and
ratings.
awesome magical powers, James finds himself being the newest president of the United States by a strict old witch, now the reluctant commander-in-chief of a nation on the brink of something terrible. James must find the strength to lead America into an what?
James must find the strength
see the
to lead
reviews. We
America
have to
to
find the
new
reviews.
age.
2 ratings.
Don't know if you can see the author picture on the back, but it's a skeleton.
What does this have nothing to do with the book?
Sunglasses.
A real
What does that have to do with the
page
book?
turner. I didn't want to put the book down. Full of endless fun pop culture references. Dead internet theory. Dead internet theory. Dead internet theory. Just dead internet. Dead
Out of
internet
curiosity,
theory.
it can't be that good, right? I don't know.
How many does he? Oh, there's a second book.
Oh shoot!
The United States has been attacked by a mighty dragon. This is bad news for James, who has been summoned to this magical world to become its
Uh-oh.
next president. Is that the plot? Is that actually the plot?
That actually is.
James doesn't even have his own body anymore. To top it all off, the last 2 people you ever want to see have mysteriously shown up in this new world thanks to join him. Meanwhile, with the mutated ranks. Mutated?
What do you mean mutated?
What the? That's kind of mean. You piece of shit. What the fuck, Jacob?
Okay.
After being unable to capture the newest president of the United States, Milo finds himself lost with little hope of redemption. What's he being redeemed for? What is this, Red Dead Redemption? He's gonna fucking... What did he get in... What did fucking Arthur get? He got a
I
fucking
don't know.
leukemia or some shit. I can't remember.
I think so. I don't know.
Oh no, it's Tobuscus. I can swing my sword, my diamond sword, you cannot ignore. Is it just a book of AI slop?
I don't know. But if it is, then oh god. Warning,
Chewed gum. I
here there
can't
be
take that name
monsters.
seriously. It's just chewed gum. Fucking chewed
Field guy. Oh, that's his book. That's his book of the slurp.
Yeah, this is the
Slurp
slurp.
thing.
This is a slurp.
But I'm confused about the tongue part. Like, what is that supposed to?
So he's basically just ripped off Pokemon. What is even this cover art supposed to be? Is that supposed to be Magikarp?
I don't know. It looks like a fish to me. Looks
Yeah,
like a
Magikarp.
lobster.
That's the only fish Pokemon, you piece of shit.
For free.
Who is this?
And unlimited.
That shit
Anyway,
was so funny.
I decided the other day that if no one else was gonna do it,
Okay.
I was gonna do it.
How much you
I
wanna?
stepped
How
up
much
to
you
the
wanna
occasion.
bet that he's just gonna write a book about murder drones without mentioning murder drones? Hold on. I'm gonna make up a worst case scenario. Oh, this girl. Right. Imagine her. What if she found out that there's a book about her, and by some dude named Professor Sir and Chewed Gum wrote some
Fucking
fan
chewed
fiction
gum
about
is the
her.
co-author.
Dude, how would she feel? Like, unironically, how would she feel if there's like a book about her?
Chew her up like gum.
I created an entire
Why is it called Ditto? Why is it not called chewed gum? Animal abuse.
for a pilot episode to a theoretical
what-
season 2 of
Wait,
Murder.
how is there a pilot episode for a season 2? The series has already been released. That's not how pilots work. My God,
of Murder Drones.
what is this crusty, The Last of Us filter? Look at all the molds.
Look at her. She's just
enjoy.
playing her bubbles. Nothing bad.
The camera fades from black to an image of Copper 9 from space. You can still see the yellow tendrils.
Is he gonna rate it like the fucking prequels?
I think so. I don't know.
As Sin and Uzi and V and N all continue their battle on the surface below. And then the yellow light.
Wait, press pause. Season 2, episode 1. Yeah, this is some kind of fan fiction. 100%.
Yeah, it is a fan
fades.
fiction. That's the whole
Copper
point.
9, even in its destroyed state, dies back down. All the destruction,
Oh, how
all
sad.
the terror, it all fades from view.
Oh my God,
as
turn
our
off the
heroes
snow
claim
filter,
victory.
please.
And from that, the camera pans up to the stars, only to pan back down and reveal V. It's been a few months since the conclusion of season 1,
V.
and since then
To
the characters have
reveal
gotten pretty
V.
comfortable in
To
their new
reveal
lives.
V.
For example, V is out hunting alone in the dead of night. And as she navigates her way through the city, looking for anything, really, she stumbles across what looks to be an old radio station, hidden deep within the ruins of the city.
Why the fuck is it just a
Deciding
radio
Quick,
station?
to
contact
pursue
Earth.
a
Quick,
peculiar-
contact Earth so we can get some help. Yeah.
Hey, is this Pizza Hut? Can I get a large mushroom pizza? I like a small pizza for my little pet called chewed gum.
hear noise she hears in the distance. She
Yes,
makes
I
her
would like
way
2 large
cautiously through the
pepperoni
dark
pizza.
hallways.
Wait, why is
past
the fucking V character just fucking around? What's she doing?
What is it?
frozen human
Well,
She just
She's-
found a radio
and
station.
broken doors. A faint
Narrator did
signal
say that she's
is drawing
hunting
her in.
alone, so
I'll turn on
Although
captions.
V is no fool, she walks in with her machine guns ready. She sees
Ooh.
something that
The
shouldn't
fucking
be
escalator.
possible. A faint signal coming from what should be a dead radio, pulsing with small blue light. She can barely make out the
I know
voice
what it
on the
says. I know
other
what it
end, but it's
says.
asking if
Stroking my dick.
anyone
I got
has
lotion on my dick. Oh.
As V
Oh.
inches closer, she doesn't
Survive the
notice
assault? What is this, fucking D-Day?
a familiar face watching her from above. Jay
it's Uzi.
glares down.
What?
What the fuck
Her
is that?
What is the animal horror? Fucking Mandela catalog piece. What the fuck?
That is horrifying. Why would you put
kind
that
of
there?
warped.
Jesus Christ,
She's
that's not
no
even what the
Oh.
character looks like, right?
No, that is not what the
It's
character
not even
looks like.
close.
Not even
Above,
close.
Jay Taylor's
Instead,
having
he
her body
decided-
kind of warped. She's no
The
longer...
smooth, clean
Instead, he
assembly
decided
we're
to
used
just
to.
slap in
She
a
looks
scary ass
rather
woman here.
ragged, and it without a doubt has
Oh.
to do with the fact that she's starving.
What does
So
this
it's like
image have to
fucking
do with it?
strange.
It's not even close.
Maybe,
Yeah,
just maybe, she can get a little nibble of V.
A little nibble of me.
Nibble.
A little nibble.
Wait. It kind of reminds me of the Dead by Daylight Springtrap jump scare.
A little nibble.
Ah.
Ah!
And get a little bit of her strength back. Elsewhere,
Okay.
N and Uzi are flying through the night sky joyfully. They're having so much fun, swooping around the trees, dodging obstacles.
I would like
Uzi's
to have
laughter
so much fun like
carries
them.
above
I wish I
Okay,
was
okay,
soaring
we
around
get
the
it.
sky.
And through it all, it's very Treasure Planet-like, if you've seen
Very
that film.
Treasure Planet-like, if you've seen that film. What a,
What film?
what
We're
a lie.
talking.
Treasure Planet? You never watched that?
No, I never watched it.
The Absolute Solver, which is waving in the wind behind them, remarks how little it cares about any of this. They encounter Thad and Lizzie, who are throwing
Where
rocks
is
at windows
this?
of broken cars.
What
in
is
what looks like a
this?
giant car lot. N takes a look at this abandoned car lot, and the camera pans back, only to reveal that this isn't a car lot. This is an abandoned highway full of old rusty cars. Full of
How do you confuse a car lot with a highway? It's just
Yeah,
it's
like
just a big what?
this thing makes no ham sense. What is even
Fucking-
going on?
You just fucking
human skeletons. Uzi pulls out his rocket arm and fires a few rockets, destroying plenty of cars and windows, but
is-
also
Oh, yeah,
watch. I'm gonna pull out my
blowing up the
rocket
bridge.
and
which-
destroy the cars here.
He didn't do the fucking effect right. Look, he's supposed to put this layer behind the snow effect. Look,
Exactly.
look at the
Thad
snow
and
effect.
Lizzie
It's,
fall.
oh my god! What an
After catching
amateur.
them both,
What an amateur!
En, Uzi, Thad, and Lizzie all decide to chill on a nearby rooftop, similar to what we see at the conclusion
let's do that.
of the series in the credits. Uzi finds herself staring up at the night sky, watching as some
I
stars seem
feel
to
so
glimmer
emo.
in the distance. En notices and asks what she's looking at, and she gets flustered and says to stop trying to get in her head.
What?
Immediately after,
How
the
do you
absolute
get flustered
solver
by a
admits that
question?
What a
Uzi
dumb
thinks
bitch.
you're cute when you're wondering how she feels. This prompts Uzi to grab her tail and try to yank it off, which the absolute solver responds with, "Ow, ow, please stop that,
I don't
ow,"
like that voice. Stop.
and laughs while Lizzie rolls her eyes and pulls out her phone, texting V and asking where
Did
she
this
is.
have a phone?
Normally she would have been here by now.
Yeah,
Thad
yeah. Phones.
wonders if she's
phones are,
contacting her
it's barely
murderous
seen on the
friend.
show.
And Lizzie says, everyone else I normally text is dead, Thad. V doesn't respond, and
Good.
unknown to the others, it makes Lizzie start to worry. Back with V, she listens to
Should
the
I be
radio
worried?
message and hears
Should I
that
be
it's
worried?
coming from somewhere known as
What is this?
Helix 10.
Helix
After
10?
listening for a moment,
Helix
V
10.
finally
Helix 10.
recognizes
Fucking Half-Life ass planet.
the voice coming in through the other line. It's Jay.
Uh huh.
Suddenly, Jay
Jay?
reveals herself and attacks, putting V on the run as the two murder drones
Oh,
crash
shit.
through the building,
The murder
destroying
drones are
windows,
about to
firing
drone and
bullets,
murder
flying
each other.
through the snow, and in a nod to Pacific Rim,
that a
end up
fucking
causing
noose?
damage that ends
Is that a fucking noose?
That probably is.
What the fuck does they have to do with anything? Not a specific rim.
in a slight tap to a desk.
I mean,
that starts one of those
the show
balls.
didn't mention at all.
And we have a moment that's the reverse of J and V's
But
final
they're fucking
battle from the
robots.
final
How do
episode.
they? How are they
With
weak?
V actually
they
offering
let,
a
like,
hand
eat.
to Jay. So, naturally, Jay reaches out and
Are
cuts
they
her
like-
arm
are they
off
like
before
synthetic or
scrambling
something?
away into the cracks of the building
don't
before
know. You
finally
watched the show.
firing a missile back at her.
I have,
Angrily
but
grabbing her arm and
I don't know their
reattaching it. V looks back at the
I
destruction
don't know
they
if I can
caused
say
and
that shit.
decides maybe it's best not to tell the others about the radio. After all,
Why
it had to have just
go
been
to
a
Helix
trap set up by Jay, right?
I love
Right?
Helix 10.
You,
Odin
we
Valhalla
might see
Rising will play
head
games.
crabs.
Fucking-
Taking out her phone, V opens her wings and makes her
She
way
just has
towards
a
the others,
phone.
while irresponsibly texting while flying. Which, for a very, very split second of a frame, we can have the message "Don't text and fly" flash on her, either her face screen or the phone itself.
Oh, this is scary.
Back at the camp, N is letting
fucking
Thad shoot
awesome.
Uzi's railgun at the tops of buildings. He's coaching him on how to have better aim, though Thad doesn't really seem to need much help. Kid's a natural, according to N. Uzi tries
What is-
talking
this
to
is
Lizzie,
fucking
but
around.
But they're
gets
not
told to shut
children.
up,
They're all-
and does so.
They're like-
looking
They're all
out
like
over the
19.
She tells Lizzie she hopes no one else survived out there and glares at the ground, which Lizzie notices and tries not to look at, before looking back at her phone and
Holy
shuffling
crap,
away.
narcissism alert.
What?
Finally-
What do you mean narcissism?
Lizzie's mentioned something like, I hope everyone's dead or something. That's what I heard. I don't know.
What a dumb
glares at
bitch.
the ground, which Lizzie notices and tries not to look at, before looking back at her phone and shuffling away.
Dumb bitch
Finally-
shuffling.
Looking out over the city, Uzi spots V, and N and Thad wave her over. Hi. V lands and fist bumps
Hey,
Lizzie,
come over
but
here.
ignores everybody
We
else.
need you.
And Uzi aside, asking her what's going on. V brushes
Yeah,
him
what's
off
going
and
on?
tries to
Tell
leave,
us.
but the absolute solver reveals that Jay ran into V. It can tell, and it
Man,
motions
what a
to
fucking
some damage that
snitch.
V hasn't fully
narc.
recovered yet. Uzi says good riddance, and it makes N and V a little
Freaking
nervous.
kill
though
Lizzie.
They can't
Yeah,
really
kill her.
disagree.
Kill the bitch.
After all, Jay did
Exactly.
ally with, saying that they could always track her down on their own. Not like a Stardust
Yeah, come on, guys. We could just
disassembly
track them
drone
down,
could
huh?
get
Just
very
track them
far.
down.
Anyway, before the three can
Right, gang?
rejoin Thad
Right,
and
gang?
Lizzie,
Right,
V
right.
remarks
Okay, there's
that
like
they
5
should
characters. I
just
can't keep
ask
track of
Uzi's
all of
mom
them.
for help, which sets Uzi off. Uzi says she thought V said she trusted her finally, and V fires back that
Yeah, I don't
before
think
Sin
so.
set up
What's wrong with her
shop
mom?
in
Is
her
there like
butt, as she
is
said.
there like what's going on with the mom?
I really don't
Oh,
know. I
shit.
forgot about
Set
the
up
lore.
shop in her butt.
Yeah,
Is that just the caption?
V fires back that before
it's
Sin
just the
set up
caption.
shop in her butt, as she
Why would you say that? No human being has ever said that before fucking Professor Sir and chewed gum.
she says, referring to her tail, and everything was going fine. N tries to step in.
Yeah,
but
until you
Uzi
mentioned butt.
throws him
Butt.
aside with her power.
Butt is funny.
Her eyes glowing almost full yellow as
Please
V
laugh.
gets really freaked out and ready to take her down. Thad then
Fucking
steps
kill the
in and
bitch.
shoots Uzi's tail off with precise aim. Remember, he's using a railgun, and he kills
Yeah.
it. He knocks the tail clean off, cutting it away completely and causing the Absolute Solver to shut up, at least temporarily.
Oh shit.
V then backs off as N returns and hurriedly
Bro, he's so fucking cool and mysterious.
takes Uzi away, leaving V, and Nori
Uh-huh.
is kind of angry and tries to drown out Mr. Dorman's suggestions / ramblings
Starts fucking
by turning up
drowning
the
Mr.
music.
Dorman in the sink.
Oh.
Oh god, safe flight. What
Sadly,
the hell?
windshield chips.
Safe like replace. Safe like replace.
Nori recognizes that something's off about Uzi's code, but she decides to keep it to herself. Instead, restarting her daughter's
Yeah, there's some-
systems
I know-
and
I know
getting
what's wrong with
Uzi
the code.
to
She's a bitch.
reboot, just
She's a
as the
bitch.
Absolute Solver tail grows back out.
From her butt.
As
From
Nori
her
and
butt.
Uzi converse, the Absolute Solver scoops up a
Yeah, I
bow in
love
the
it when
background
some,
and puts it on, much to
Absolute
N's
Solver
shock,
goes
who
out of
removes
my
it and
butt.
burns
The
it before
Absolute Solver
Uzi
gets a
goes
bow
like-
tie and puts
By
it
the
on
way,
her butt.
Uzi and Nori are talking about
It grows
how
out of my butt.
Uzi
It
has
starts talking
attitude
to me of
problems,
how
and Uzi's like,
freaking
oh, I wonder
awesome
where I
I
got
am.
that from. And, classic
The tail that
teenage,
comes out of my butt
mom's
keeps telling me dark
terrible,
thoughts.
angst stuff. Just ask
my
her
God.
if they really want to know what happened
Can't,
between V
can't her
and
mom
Jay.
just like scold her?
Which Mr. Dorman
hey,
remarks would be
Scald
knock
her
it off.
like fucking like what do you mean scald her like 3rd-degree burns? Or do you mean scold?
Scold.
No,
How strong is my
I thought it was
accent?
like I thought I thought you were
How strong
implying-
is my accent, bro?
I thought you were implying that the fucking mom was a child abuser.
like
Robot child
asking
abuser.
a door what the weather's like. Turns out
It's either
he
my
means
accent or
that
you're
in
just too
all
stupid to
seriousness,
listen.
Alright.
and is all for asking Lizzie for help with finding out everything that happened between Jay and V. Meanwhile, V is texting Lizzie about how much she's worried.
Yeah, let me text
about
my
Uzi,
girlfriend.
which paranoid, and tells her to shut up about it.
Yeah,
V puts down her phone.
I'm paranoid,
and
but you need to
Who's
keep
Lizzie?
your mouth
I
shut.
don't
asking
know
Lizzie
Lizzie.
out loud,
Like,
who
who's-
turns out to be sitting back to back.
Lizzie
with
is
her,
like the popular
why things
girl in
can't
the
just
show.
be normal for once. Lizzie cuts her off and tells
Why
her
can't
she's
why can't
texting.
this video be normal?
V then
why
gets
can't this video
another
be-
text from Lizzie.
Fucking Shakespearean level
This shit-
writing.
This is no. If this actually happened, the episode actually releases, it's just gonna be like a plot dump on the season
Yeah,
one.
I'll just like contact Professor Sir on Amazon and be like, hey, there's chewed cum. Not chewed cum, chewed gum coming out of my ass. I mean butt. Oh, you can't say ass. We gotta say butt. From her
A
butt.
butt.
I don't know. I keep saying
There's
butt.
chewed,
But
there's chewed gum on my
saying that she
butt.
needs to just
and it's
cut
telling me
loose and
scary
let
secrets.
Uzi and N
why
do
don't we
their
just
own
kill
thing,
Uzi?
unless she's still kind of interested in N.
I mean, she is the issue
Lizzie
though.
hints
Yeah,
at that, and
think.
she's leaving, which Lizzie says whatever.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I hate
before
y'all.
watching her
Fuck
friend
y'all.
fly away. Thad returns and sees
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to
Lizzie
Jay.
V did the right thing.
I'm gonna go back to Jay when she looks like whatever the fuck this is.
staring after
I'd rather stay with her uncanny valley ass than you pieces of shit.
Lizzie just picks up her phone again and
No.
says,
Oh my god, no,
Leave her
put the
alone.
phone.
She wants a alone
No
time.
more. I get it, it's a plot device. No more plot devices in this.
we cut back
Yeah.
to ragged old Jay, tearing into a long-dead drone's empty body as her ragged form continues to
Ragged.
overheat. Warnings are
Ragged.
popping up all over her display screen, and she is hyperventilating like crazy. She's silver symbol starts to appear
Stimble.
on her screen. As the absolute
Stimble.
silver symbol starts
Stimble.
to appear on her screen. She starts to shut down, but in a last-ditch effort, crawls her way back over to the repaired space pod.
Oh, she
Gets
just
up
oh
and
she
doing-
oh
Oh.
she's standing right there. She's just standing right
The
there.
launch sequence.
When did it mention this?
We then cut back to
space
V.
pod.
Stop, it's the plot. You're ruining the plot right now.
Who's
You know, the ragged tail that comes out of my butt.
Yeah.
this time
Yeah.
obviously looking for any signs of Jay? We cut to her first-person point of view, and we can see a little
Fucking
prompt
Call
in
of
the corner
Duty.
of the screen saying no disassembly drones in near proximity. We then cut back, watch V fly around a little bit more before stumbling
Jay,
across
watch
a
V.
trail of defaced
They should have said they
corpses.
watch V and J.
watch-
That's why I wait.
Trail
watching
of
Osama bin
defaced
Laden, watching Saddam
corpses.
Hussein.
And the caved inside of the mountain
probably
of
found his
corpses
hideout.
from the pilot.
Caved.
Jay's been hard at work.
Oh, I thought it was like caved inside like a skull. Like, Jesus Christ, it's getting violent.
Round shape.
They should just go to a
as the
nearby
pod
Taco Bell.
launches into the air. Uzi and End also see the
Uzi and
pod
End.
launch as they are flying onto the side of the pod, barely holding on Wall-E style and trying to make
Wall-E
their way in.
style.
This pod, whatever Jay has done to it,
tail
I think
comes
he's
out
trying to
my butt,
say-
and
Wall-E
it's not
style.
as easy to keep up with.
I think he's trying to say
Tearing into
like
the side of the pod,
where Wally is
V
like
opens it up,
holding on
right
the
away to
rocket.
fight,
Just say it's
only
funny.
to stop and watch, even as they enter the atmosphere. All she
I'm
can
just
do is
clarifying.
stare
I don't
at
know
what
what
she sees.
you're. I don't know what
No
you're
fight,
talking about.
no harsh words,
what just
No
happened?
fight.
and watch,
No harsh words.
even as they enter the atmosphere. All she can do is stare at what she sees. No fight, no harsh words, nothing. Just whatever she was expecting. It definitely wasn't this.
What?
Soon enough, Uzi and N are able to barely catch up, grabbing onto one of the loose tendrils and clawing their way up the side. They join V, asking what's going on, even as their voices fade as they enter the void of space, and then they see what she's looking at. Within the pod, they see the lifeless corpse of Jay, lying alone, crumpled up on the side.
Whoa! What a plot!
Dude, I
what
got
a plot
quiet for a
twist!
second. That gave me chills.
And she
Yeah,
did,
Jay's a
as
dumb
we saw in
bitch.
the original show, draw a sketch of herself in green pencil and leave it for N, only to tell him to off himself in the same drawing. Jay's
What? What?
Low tier god level.
Wait, play that again. Play that again.
Hold on.
Fucking out of pocket. That shit was so out of pocket.
You should kill yourself now.
Play it again.
sketch of herself in green pencil
Okay,
and
there's a
leave
sketch.
it for N, only to tell him to off himself in the same drawing. Jay's not exactly a good person, but a fate like
Yes,
this,
she's a dumb
starving to
bitch.
death, it's horrible.
She's a robot.
They
Who
watch
cares?
like I
as the
said.
pod fires its boosters,
Yeah.
Like, who
eventually
cares?
A dumb
letting
robo
it go
bitch.
as it
All I need is
sails
broken
away
A
into
dumb
space.
robo
Mama.
bitch.
The three of them.
Okay,
She decides to
It's a
reach
tail.
out and
The absolute silver's
actually
a tail.
takes
How would
V's
he
hand
text?
the same time N does.
Because it comes out of her
V
butt.
snaps back to
Whatever comes out of her
reality,
butt
looking
can
back
do
at them
anything.
both in confusion
Got
before
butt powers.
frowning and flying back to Copper 9. Uzi, in the silent void of space, yells, "Bite me," as N flies after V. N and V land eventually.
Yeah, that's your,
And
that's your new
N tries
catchphrase.
to calm
That's your
V
new
down,
catchphrase.
saying that Jay chose this, and
My
they
new
should
catchphrase?
finally let her go.
Wait, Jay
V
chose to
says
starve
that's
to
not
death?
it.
No,
and
she
N
didn't.
this, and they should finally let her go.
Nobody chooses to starve to death. What do you? What?
That's mere impossible.
That's
That is mere
impossible.
V
impossible.
says that's not it, and N frustratedly asks what it is then. They beat Sin. They freed themselves. What is there to be afraid of anymore? V turns
Yeah.
and says,
Listen,
"That
guys,
could have
what is
been
there to be
job.
afraid?
us.
What's
Getting a
the team?
job. That's the new. Getting a job.
If we hadn't."
Ah!
N understands.
Well, thanks to
Uzi's
Uzi,
really
she's a
trying to be
brat.
friend,
She's like an
despite
absolute
everything
brat.
that's happened, and
Brat
she
summer.
could use a
Remember
little
when that was a
sympathy,
thing?
Yeah.
a little bit of leeway, even.
For
After
like
all,
5 seconds.
Uzi's the one that's got the absolute solver tail now, not them.
Oh, the tail that
V
grows out of your
smirks and
butt.
gives
Out of her
N the
butt,
smallest
ragged
smile.
and
Not agreeing to anything,
rugged.
but not protesting anything.
I got
either.
the absolute
It's then
solver
that Uzi
stimble.
finally catches up and asks
This
what
nimble's coming out of my
that's
butt.
all of her hands.
Yeah,
and
because
says,
I know that
"Whatever, come
Uzi's
on,
being a
dude."
brat.
N leaves
Brat.
with her, but not before looking like he wants to say something else to V.
Get a job.
Before he can open his mouth, Uzi calls him off again, and he decides to leave, leaving V alone
Yeah,
in
good.
the woods, arms folded, wondering about everything that's happened. Later at Lizzie's house,
V should be alone.
she's
V should
texting
not be
V.
She's the
interacting
worst
with me.
letter.
Concerned look
She's
on her
the
face.
worst letter.
Lizzie isn't getting a response and jumps as
Lizzie's
the door
back.
suddenly opens.
Where'd
And
she come from?
what do you know? In
Where'd
jumps
she
V.
come from?
Lizzie immediately drops
What do you
her
mean,
concern
what
and
door?
pretends crying loudly. Lizzie asks if she had a long day and saw something crazy. V doesn't say a word. No sarcasm.
Yeah, because
no
I
remarks.
don't want to talk to the
Nothing.
dumb bitch.
Lizzie puts her phone down and asks if V is okay. And the camera
Are you
pans
okay,
out to
honey?
follow V's
Are you
line
okay?
of sight, staring up into the clouds
Are you so-
outside. The camera
No
then
diabetes, no
shoots
bad
out to the
kitchen.
sky above, revealing, you guessed it, new landing pods.
New
on
landing
their way to
pods.
Copper
Wow!
Mountain.
What a
What do you
plot
know?
twist! What an
The
absolute
pilot of one
plot
of these
twist
pods
to a freaking plot.
is
I feel like the
Jay.
episode should have just opened with
different-
the pods. Why did we waste so much time with the J and texting and coming out of her butt? The phone.
Yeah, that is lit.
the phone coming out of her butt.
Jay, with half of her head missing, shadowed
What?
by a rugged-looking N.
Oh.
And that's
What?
a different Jay, with half of her head missing, shadowed
Why?
by a rugged-looking N.
What
And
happened to
that
N?
is my layout.
Character development.
I wonder how that Murder Drones video I made is doing.
What? Jesus Christ. What the? Okay. Okay, so he's changed editing styles from fucking Mandela catalog. Fucking
You're
Mandela
just
catalog
playing.
to whatever this is.
I wonder how that Murder Drones video I made is doing.
Absolutely horrible.
Okay, so I guess we're doing this now.
In all seriousness, thank you all a million times over for enjoying the heck out of
Oh,
that last
shit.
video. I plan on producing more of my written work with better editing going forward. So I'll be continuing my vision
that
for
fan art?
MD
Let's see
Season
fan
2,
art. I wanna
but
see
I'd
fan
also
art.
like to share forward. So I'll be
Fuck, why is it? Look, it's chewed gum, remember? Remember when chewed gum was a thing?
Yeah.
continuing my vision
it's
for
too dumb.
MD Season 2, but I'd also like to showcase some of my other written stuff for you guys, if you're cool with it. In fact, if you want a head start up
Plugs
cool with
book
it.
again.
on some of the content I plan on sharing with
It's
you guys,
the
head over to
book.
Amazon.
it the
You can read the first
White
3
House
chapters if I
burning
a head
down?
start on some of the content.
That
What?
is.
See, why can't you draw your OC like this?
Oh, that's from the first chapter.
Yeah.
That's from the
Incorporating
first
artwork in
episode.
future uploads. In fact, if you want to be part of this fan project, send a small portfolio of your work to the email on screen.
I'm just gonna fucking AI generate some work and see if I can get into this project.
Bro, he's gonna be so mad. Play.
If he's watching this video, please give me a role. Please, at least when Chewed Gum dies, give me his corpse so I can cremate him. Give me Chewed Gum's
Play.
corpse so I can give him the proper Viking burial. I don't know what he specifies.
No
as.
AI.
I think he got in trouble because of that AI art book.
We open on Jay's
Yeah, 100% he's
What is
using
this
AI.
image? What is this image?
That's.
We open on
Yes.
Jay's seemingly lifeless corpse flying aimlessly
Oh
through
my God,
space, still
here
slumped
comes the
over
lifeless
within
corpse
the repair
again.
pod.
The light.
There's
He's
a
like-
slow
he's like-
pan
he's sad.
on
So
her
you see the
broken
tail
like
coming out of her
exaggerating.
butt. You see the tail coming out of her butt.
Oh yeah. It's the tail coming out of her butt.
The tail coming out of her butt.
The music slowly rising Inception style until the yellow light of the absolute solver symbol kicks on.
What was that sound?
Odin Valhalla Rising. Now available on mobile and
God
PC.
damn it, I'm-
Exclusively with Google Play Game.
It was like
Jay until the yellow light of the absolute solver symbol kicks on. Inception style until the yellow light of the absolute solver symbol
fucking cinnamon.
kicks on.
Cinnamon.
Jay opens her eyes and finds herself back in
Why
the
is this image
ballroom
so
of the
blurry?
mansion that she, V, and N grew up in.
Are you
not
seeing
having
this?
Oh, it's
long
trying to be
take
so-
in her
Oh my god. Creepy pasta J. J.exe?
Oh, J.exe. Oh, it's
surroundings.
what a coincidence.
She
What a
winces
coincidence.
as blood splatters onto her maid apron. Touching it with one hand, her eyes widen as she hears a gurgle nearby. Following the noise, her eyes soon
There's
rest
a tail
upon
coming out of my butt,
Tessa,
and it made a
who
gurgle.
is standing nearby with her back facing her. Boss? Jay asks, reaching out and touching
Boss?
Tessa's shoulder. The body slumps back, revealing a glitchy, shadowy hole where Tessa's
What?
eyes
Is that a
should
fucking
be.
homunculus?
Yellow light starts to fill them as Sin's laughter engulfs the scene. The other drones scattered around the room, developing the XD yellow eyes.
Ready to get to work, Jay?
Sin asks as Tessa's body contorts.
Ready to get to work, Jay?
work,
Sin
Jay.
XD yellow eyes.
Ready to get
Jay, it's time for you to clock in, Jay. Come on, Jay. It's time
Yeah.
to clock in.
to work, Jay?
Sin asks as Tessa's body contorts and stands up, revealing the Sin Tessa we all know and love. The head twitches, revealing
she's
Sin
back from the
Tessa's
dead.
face, and the creepy yet somehow cute, I guess,
Oh
smile
my god.
as we
no,
zoom
no,
in.
no. You do not look at this
Face
image
and the creep-
and say to me, cute.
Creepy yet somehow
People,
cute.
You do not
That
say
is the
this.
face I'm doing right now.
It's not even.
That
It's
is
not
the
even
face I'm
in full.
doing.
It's not even full HD. This is 1440p, not 1440.
That is the face I'm doing right now. That is the face I'm doing right now. When you said that.
This is the face I'm doing right now because I'm feeling cute and mysterious.
I guess, smile as we zoom in on Jay's shocked expression. Back on
What's
Cup
this
as we
face?
zoom in on Jay's shocked.
Shocked.
That looks like something from Roblox.
Don't get me started on Roblox. Let me at him. Let me at him.
expression. Back on Copper 9, Uzi lays in her bed, staring up at the creepy drawings still connected by red string above her. Although these days
Why
there's
is that
plenty
still
of
in
sketches
season
of
2?
her and N
That's
in
been torn
crayon,
apart by her
covering most
father.
of the horrible things she drew.
What is this?
What is that? That's something he did. He added that shit in.
Is that a fucking Indian tapeworm? Don't drink the water in India. Don't drink the water.
Back before Sin arrived. N's work brings a soft smile to her face, until we see a certain sketch of what might as well be a horrifying mutated V
Ew.
peeking out from behind a drawing of her and N holding hands. As she stares, the absolute solver snakes its way over her shoulder.
Oh, it's the thing that grows out of your butt.
You know, you're really
Uzi
Butt
grabs its
tail,
mouth shut,
butt tail.
throwing it back under her covers before covering it up completely with her comforter. The yellow light from its eyes illuminates the fabric like a flashlight under skin. As the solver mumbles to itself, Uzi develops the frustrated symbol on her display before glaring back up at her work while sighing dramatically.
I'm angry.
Her display monitor slowly starts to shift to a look of concern. Flashes of the final battle with Sin appear in her mind. She recalls how V treated her and N after the battle, how chill they all got with one another, and how lately it feels like it's all falling apart.
I don't remember how N sounds like, but he sounds like
MP3 player smacks Uzi in the side of her head. Jolt.
What? What does an MP3 have to do with this?
All of it suddenly.
You know, like Guardians of the
MP3
Galaxy, how like
players-
Star-Lord is like, come and get your love. Come and get your love.
Smacks Uzi in the side of her head.
I do
Jolting
remember
up, she
N
looks over to shout at
sounded
who
like
she thinks
some
invaded her
anime
room.
boy, like Deku.
Dad, stay out of
Oh my god!
Uzi breaks off.
Why?
She thinks
Who is
invaded
this?
her room. Dad, stay out of my.
Dad, stay out of my room!
You piece of shit, Dad. No wonder Mom fucking divorced you, you piece of shit.
Uzi breaks off.
Did he? I
Realizing
didn't watch the
that
show.
Nori, not Mr. Dorman, has crawled into
That's
her
her
room.
mother.
Uzi quiets down
the
as
fucking
Nori
head
just
crab?
stares at her, her single
Yeah.
eye conveying a lack of sympathy. Nightmares again, huh? Nori asks. Uzi points back to the little
shit.
crab core. Bite me. It's your fault I'm like this. The absolute solver then
You're from
pokes its
fucking
head up from
Half-Life.
beneath the covers.
Actually, it's mine.
Would you just, Uzi shouts, grabbing her tail and shaking it back and forth. I put in parentheses here, make sure to add in some lines of the
Wait, are you
absolute
still reading
solver
a script
making
from
the
paper?
We?
sound effect as it's waved around like a glow stick on New Year's.
What?
Anyway, last week.
Nori points a claw at
What?
them. Both of you cut it out.
Anyway, last week.
I fucking dropped my phone.
Okay, the little half-grad thing. She's now unsympathetic towards her own child.
Dumb bitch gave birth to a dumb bitch.
Nori points a claw at them. Both of you cut it out. Come on, young lady. Your
Both of
father
you
and I
cut
need
it
your
out.
help. With that,
Oh,
Nori
so her
exits
mother
the room,
does scold her.
leaving Uzi and the solver watching her departure. Before getting out of bed, the solver bites Uzi's hand when she's not looking, leading to
Asshole.
Uzi angrily grabbing her with her power and wrapping it up in a bow before tucking it in her jacket pocket. As she leaves, the corner
But
of
it
the
comes
scary
out of her
drawing of
butt.
V bends in the air conditioning of the room, the camera slowly moving up and letting it fill the screen. Elsewhere,
Oh.
N walks past Rose
What?
and letting it fill the screen.
What was this image?
Elsewhere,
Is this a gym locker room? Does he get swole at the gym?
N walks past rows
This
of
dude's
lockers
scrawny!
and the splattered remains of one of the committee members from season 1 with a sign above it that reads, "Someone please clean this up," and passes the teacher drone, who he waves at. The teacher gives N a "why are you waving at me" look before walking away, leaving N smiling and alone.
Because I don't want you.
The lights of the hallway
Stupid
flicker,
idiot.
and N looks around, watching as some lingering students walk by. After a moment, he smiles and pulls out his official N phone, now available on the Glitch merch store. Disclaimer: N phone is not an actual cellular device. For display only. Any attempts to contact characters from the show will be met with disappointment and unending loneliness. Please use the natural phone. Contact your parents instead.
Look, that is the face I'm doing
Using
right
his
now.
phone, we see
Dead internet theory? Dead internet theory?
it's yellow with what looks like crock pop
what
socket
is
things.
This guy with every character having phones. Like,
Yes,
You
he's
just
so
call each
obsessed.
other-
He's...
because you're a robot, why do you need phones? I'm so confused.
all around it.
Dude,
is it
this
orange?
is actually
Opening
melting
his
my...
contacts, which consists of names like Tall Ghost Witch, greater than 3, which is Uzi, Homecoming President, which is Lizzie.
actually, his
That is
I
contacts
don't
have
care. I
ice.
don't care. I'm
Door-
sorry. I'm
The police
sorry.
department.
I'm sorry. You're trying to do lore. You're trying to do lore and plot.
Aholic, Mr.
Oh
Dorman.
my god, get
Uzi's
out of this
mom,
video. I don't want to
and
watch
V.
anymore.
And stares at V's
Oh.
Oh, come on. We have to do at least go to episode 3.
There's episode 3.
for a moment. There's no picture,
God.
no emojis, just a number and a letter.
No
After
picture,
a moment
no
or two of
emojis.
silence, elsewhere we see Lizzie
the
poking
fuck out of my
V
way.
as she hangs
bitch.
wrapped up from the ceiling, covered by her wings. Lizzie gives her signature hangs wrapped up from the ceiling,
They didn't
covered
line the
by
wings
her
up right.
Lizzie gives her signature disgusted sigh before shaking her head. My dad wants to know if
I have to talk to
when
this
V doesn't
bitch.
answer, Lizzie looks concerned again and turns to leave. Before she gets to the door,
Yeah,
she
bye-bye.
hears V's wings move. Lizzie, she says, almost
Lizzie?
quietly. Lizzie stops and waits, not turning around. If it's about your pet thing, I haven't seen it since yesterday.
Lizzie, can you
V
jiggle my
uncoils
balls?
herself and falls from the ceiling, wondering what on earth is going on inside her head. The moment is then ruined as Lizzie's gaze
What was
drops
that?
and she groans, I thought you were over this. V slowly closes her eyes
Did
and
we win?
sharply turns.
Would they
I'm
win?
serious.
Did they win?
Whatever, you're being weird lately. I'm gonna go say goodbye to my dad before you eat him. Lizzie leaves V in her room
Eat him?
as the camera
Whoa.
focuses on a
Knock,
front door as he
knock.
folds
Who's
in his
there?
wings.
Starbucks.
Before he can start apologizing, Mr. Dorman is there screeching like a little girl
Who's
before
there?
running over and pulling polish out of seemingly nowhere.
Hey, Caboose,
Immediately
knock,
getting
knock.
to work on
Who's
repairing
there?
this small damage.
Wilma.
Wilma who?
Wilma Dick Fit. Aha!
Hey, knock knock.
Who's there?
The absolute
Who?
absolute solver Stimble.
What shot's gonna grow on our butts?
From her butt.
Image and inflicted. Watching him work, and can't help but compliment how prepared he was for this oddly specific moment before Uzi calls him in from the living room area and walks in and
Wait, they have a living
excitedly
room?
shouts
Yeah,
Uzi's name
walk
before
in
running
the
over and
living
hugging
room
her.
because Wilma Dick
Uzi
Fit
giggles.
is there.
And I just saw you like an hour
Well-
ago, she says,
The screen pans over the Wilma Dickfit, who's been here the whole time.
dropping her smile as soon as she sees
Hey,
Maury,
Wilma Dick
almost
Fit.
glaring
Wilma
back
Dick
at her.
Fit should be a canon
Anyway,
character
since you're
in the
here,
Murder
They
help
are.
me
Jones.
get in
They're
this
in
thing,
the franchise.
Nori growls, crawling up the side of the empty,
Oh.
stitched together drone husk,
Who's this
which
bitch?
we can see is
Oh.
sitting in a chair, hooked up to a bunch of random wires and cables in the center of the living room. It doesn't take her long
Okay,
to
what
start
is she?
sliding into its uneven, mostly open chest cavity.
Oh.
Anne looks at Uzi and
Oh.
smiles before walking over
Sliding
and
into her
helping to hold the
butt.
chest cavity open. Before Nori gets inside, she takes a moment to make sure that N is blocking Uzi's view of them and gives N a small smack. N says ow, and Nori puts a claw over his eye display, warning him without saying a word. N gets the message.
Now, I'm
and
gonna warn you
carefully
that
helps her
Wilma
crawl
Dick
in,
Fit is here.
closing the chest cavity as the patchwork drone body starts to glow.
Wilma Dickfit just
Uzi
started to
watches
slide into my
carefully,
butt.
following the purple light as it slowly begins to travel up each
Is that
set
the-
of
is that
stitches
the-
and wires,
The
holding the different body chunks together.
Stilmo that grows out of
Purple
your
light
butt.
from leaving everyone
Ooh.
in darkness.
Everyone is
Illuminated
shocked as they
only
see
by
the,
the
Wow.
eyes.
the dead body
The
of
wires
Wilma
that were connected
Dickfit.
to Nori's new body slowly cooled
No.
down, the red-hot glow simmering away as N and Uzi
Red hot
hold
lava.
one another's hands.
And I heard
before
you're
the
5'1".
emergency
That's
It's
something
me,
to
Look
look
your God. I heard you're 5'1".
As they do, they see Nori's new body curled up in the corner of the room.
Ooh.
Giggling
never
to
knew,
itself as it slowly turns around,
Oh.
revealing the murder
Oh.
drone XD face.
Why do they keep saying XD?
Biscuits, and says as Uzi rubs her eyes.
The
The
Disney
XD is supposed to be the
Absolute Solver peeks out from inside her jacket
Mm.
pocket.
the
We move
XD is
over
supposed to
to
be like the
Thad,
laughing with your
taking
eyes
apart
squinted.
Uzi's railgun and putting it back together on a nearby roof while head banging to a song he's
Okay.
humming. We can see a crudely
Okay.
drawn blueprint in his hand as he studies each individual element of the weapon. Reaching up to his
Okay.
head, he takes a deep breath and taps
Okay.
the side of his temple, starting a timer
Okay.
just before reaching down and quickly assembling the entire
Okay.
What does
weapon
this have to do
very
with the-
cool
Okay.
matter of
Okay.
seconds before
Okay.
spinning it on
Alright.
one
Okay.
finger.
Okay.
As soon as he's done,
Alright.
he
That's
taps the
enough.
side of his
That's
head
enough
again,
from Thad.
and time flashes across his face. The words "new record"
Okay.
appear beneath
Okay,
the
that's enough
time,
from him.
and Thad cheers for himself.
That's too
Just
much
in
screen time
time
for him.
D to suddenly land behind him and instead walking over.
Okay.
and
This
smiling
assembly
at his
drone says
blueprints.
poop and shit.
You told Uzi about this yet? She asks.
Okay.
Told her about what?
Okay.
Thad says, sounding like he's struggling to hide something. V uses her tail
Okay.
to snag the blueprints away. Taking a better look at them as Thad nervously fidgets behind her, still clutching the railgun.
Okay.
After a moment or
Didn't
pointing
Jay
a claw at
die
his
of
chest.
like
Don't
starvation?
Okay.
act like you know
Remember
me,
the
she
lore?
threatens. Right, got
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Not on your-
Did you just
Don't
see
act
the
like
card,
you
the
know me,
eyes?
She threatens. Right.
What do you mean?
These are the eyes when I see Wilma Dickfit in the corner of my room.
Now with an acid burnt hole in the middle of them, before walking to the edge and
Acid
looking up
burnt
at the sky.
hole. That's probably
The stars almost look like
that's probably
Acid
Wilma
burnt hole
Dickfit.
that connects to my butt.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Like coming right now, maybe in the next couple of
knows?
It's
minutes.
coming out.
V looks at Thad.
It's coming out.
What are you? Thad looks surprised and is pointing up at the skyline.
What the fuck is this? That's
What
not
are you?
bad.
Thad
What the
looks.
fuck is this?
Okay.
What is this? Who is this from?
Okay.
Surprised and is
Okay.
pointing up at the
Okay.
skyline. V hears a sonic boom and looks up and
Ew, that was an ugly face.
V hears a
I don't like that face.
Well, what does Sonic Boom have to do with this?
It's the pods
Okay,
from the last
he included.
episode.
Why
They're
did he
landing and
include himself in the video?
Continuity.
That's not about him. It's about the robots.
V? Thad asks. Cover me, V shouts, flying quickly
V.
after the pods and almost knocking
stupid
Thad
dumb
off the roof of the
bitch.
building. He catches himself
V,
on the
can I
ledge
tell you how
by
much of a
jamming
dumb
the
whore you
railgun
are?
under a rail and manages to pull himself up.
Oh my
Back in the
god.
dorm, railgun under a rail and manages
Where
to
did he
pull
get this? Did he
himself
get this live leak?
That probably
Back in the
is.
footage in my
dorm
murder
residence,
drone's foot.
Nori looks
foot
ready
fetish.
to pounce as Uzi and N
Foot
both get
fetish.
ready for
I mean,
a fight.
fan fiction.
Just passes between them, Nori hisses at N, making him jump back as Khan calms her down.
Don't touch me.
Easy. N breathes a sigh of relief
Okay.
as Uzi and him watch,
Okay.
until he sees Uzi looking very concerned. Instead of asking her what's
Okay.
wrong,
Okay.
N lifts her. Well, I'm just glad everything
Okay.
turned out okay. Khan chuckles.
It said foreshadowing.
Well, I'm just glad
Because
everything turned out.
Foreshadowing is when they like say something that's what's the opposite of what's gonna happen in the future. And it's funny because if you're watching this video when the other videos have come out, it's gonna be foreshadowing. And he's putting foreshadowing
Exactly.
because he's funny and a tail comes out of his butt. I know, I'm a comedical genius. I'm like Kevin Hart if he was white.
Okay. Khan chuckles it and sees a text from Thadasaurus Rex. It reads, "Where are you?" in all caps with 3 question marks. Uzi and N both share a look.
Whoa.
Cut back to V, who
Wait,
flies.
why was
Uzi
it so
and N
ominous? They're
both
just
share
asking a
look.
question.
Cut back. Time seems to slow
Is it the
down
Doom
to
music?
a crawl as V transforms
it's
her
not.
hands into
Yeah, it is.
claws.
The Doom
It's
Slayer,
not.
the Doom Slayer, and the Wilma Dickfit will just fight, and all the other main characters nobody gives a shit about, they'll watch.
Half of this drone's face is missing, and V realizes she didn't do it this time. Also,
Who
this
did?
drone kind of tumbles through the air as the new
Tumbles.
combatant smashes her through the side of the tower with black gloop fluid
gloop.
stuff dripping from the tip
Black
of the brim.
Loop.
V recognizes it. It's all right. See, you must be V, right? Half there.
You
Jay
must be
asked.
V.
V can hardly believe it. This is the same
must be
voice,
Selena
same
Gomez.
mannerisms, same
Are you
face.
Selena
or-
Gomez?
He rubs the missing area of her head. It doesn't
Why would you
hurt,
rub that?
in
That'd
case
hurt.
you were wondering.
Oh yeah, the
Ned,
robot, so it doesn't matter!
Quotations, chimes in. We're wasting our time. She's just gonna try and murder us. Hey, don't act like you know me, narc, V yells. It's Ned. Ned yells
Yeah,
back,
Caboose,
pushing
you're a
past
narc.
mostly
You
their
are a narc,
Jay
you're a
and standing
bitch.
aggressively over V.
You is a
Glares back
narc.
Fucking fall
And we
down a
do
toothbrush
know
and
you.
stab you.
And how much? Enron? Thad asks, lowering the gun. Jazz?
What?
Ned says, hunching down and
Hold
opening
on,
his wings.
pause.
Stay behind me.
Pause.
No.
Enrod.
Where the hell did Enrod come from?
Did you say Enrod or Enrod? Like Enrod.
Enrod. What the? He's just adding more plot that don't even make sense anymore.
From now on, I'm gonna be called C-Rod instead of Caboose. I'm C-Rod now.
You hurt anyone, right, Ned?
Yeah,
She
Ned.
says, saying Ned's name like a threat.
Ned.
There's the J I know, V thinks. We just want to speak to whoever's
There's
in
the
charge.
J I know.
You said it like chills, you know, like chills, like 15 scary ghosts caught on
That's-
camera. You said it like that,
that's-
you know, the
that's
Burger King
the-
foot lettuce guy?
Want to speak to whoever's in
That's
charge.
the J I
Half off, Jay
know.
says.
That's the J.
As you can
Oh,
see,
so
me and
Uzi?
my friend are
Thad
just
asks innocently.
watching a
Thad,
dumb
V and Uzi yell at the
fan-made
same time
plot
as Uzi
thing
and
about
N
the murder
land nearby.
drones. As you
Uzi
can
N
see,
says,
there's
locking
a
eyes with
long
Ned.
ass
They
tail
stare at
growing
one
out of my
another, both
butt.
looking surprised.
As you can see,
You're
this
still
piece of
alive?
shit won't call
Ned
me
asks.
C-Rod.
Half off Jay strikes a familiar. I can't believe I have to work with
Are you
these.
fucking texting right now? I can hear
Why do
your
you
phone.
care? Why the hell do you care?
Are you texting?
Idiots pose before glaring back at Uzi. We're here to rescue you, idiots. All right. Everyone stops.
We're here to
and looks
rescue
at
you.
her. Even Thad, who we can see has started making a new railgun out of snow. Uzi
How?
eventually
What?
snaps out of it and
What?
walks up
You
to
just do that?
out of snow.
Cocaine gun? Coke
Uzi
gun?
eventually snaps out of it and walks up back in space. Jay's corpse starts to stir.
Uh-oh.
We're coming to pick you guys up.
Sin yells.
What?
Sin yells.
What is this outro
Stop.
music?
Get out. Get out. Get out. I don't want to do this no more. Get out. Get out of the video. I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see no more.
And there goes,
Oh my god. Oh my god. What?
I mean, no need to be such a negative Nancy about it.
Well, I am.